What is going on, party people? It is I, Fumencho, back at it once again with another Magus Bride review. Today we're talking about episode 22, and I just finished the episode. I'm sorry this review is going up late. For some reason, after I finished my Darling in the Franxx review, I just decided to do my taxes. I don't know why. I mean, do your taxes, it's important, but I don't know why I chose today and right now to do them. I just started and for some reason I didn't stop because it does take a little... Whatever. Do your taxes if you haven't, but this episode was incredible. God, I really regret not getting this review up earlier. I actually recorded a reaction, but OBS, my recording software, hasn't been working very well lately. Whenever I record something really long, it kind of just likes to stop recording for some reason. So yeah, I apologize about that, but we have to talk about this episode. My goodness. Where do I even begin? I literally just finished it. Like, if you can't notice, I literally was crying like just a minute ago. No joke. Just the amount of emotion here. The flashback scene, the past, Chisei and her mother and just her family. That stuff was just handled so well to me. And just so melancholy. I love how in the beginning we get this such sweet vibe, this family, and just how everything works out. Their father comes home from work, they eat together, they sleep together. There's this, I love that. I really, really love that, and you really feel for this family. And then just for some reason, Yuki, her father, just leaves out of the blue with her little brother, and it hurts. It really does. You really feel that sense of confusion from Chisei as a little girl. And the sense of pain and hurt from Chisei as a younger adult, reliving this experience. And I love how she's just kind of in the room, like she's just a fly on the wall, reliving all of these memories as now, again, a young adult. And it's so cool that you get to see it through two different Chisei's perspective, and it was entertaining. Each perspective. I absolutely loved that moment when he just slammed that door and there was that fragment of Joseph that was like, your memory doesn't go this far. You cannot open that door. Like, that really, you just felt the weight of that line so much in your chest. It was just so excellently handled. And then the part that made me cry the most was when you saw how hard Chisei's mother was working just to support them. You see the bank statements that are on the fridge. You see that she's struggling and she can barely, keep a roof over their head. And she's working like 3 jobs. She has these, those spirits or whatever. I can't remember what they're called. Forgive me, I apologize. But the weird magical monsters, let's just call them that. They just straight up attack Chisei. They're literally, guys, I'm guessing because she's the slay beggy or whatever, and they just want to feast on that. I could be wrong there. I probably am wrong there. I apologize if I'm wrong there. But it's grueling. It really is. You see this monster just clamp on her, and there's blood, and she comes in and just with the knife. I love that scene. And then just the actual scene when she eventually begins to choke Chisei. Really disturbing to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was hard to watch. And again, like I started tearing up. It was just really, really heavy and really, really emotional. And just the animation too, the expressions on her face. I love how they well animate things that you wouldn't normally expect to be well animated. Like, even when her father was just walking out the door, the point of view, like the POV shot just kind of zooms around the corner so excellently. Like, it just looks incredible. Like, why put that much detail in just him leaving? Because that is an important moment in Chisei's life and her mother's life, and was kind of the turning point for the entire series. I love it. I love that they put that little... It's a really nice detail, and you see it here in her facial animation when she's just laying on her side and she's watching Chisei sleep over there, and you see this other character, it's like her inner self or something, speak into her ear. Like, I felt like just chills, like, ooh, like, no, don't do that. But she eventually does, and you see the damage that it does on her because she eventually kills herself. And this is obviously, a heavy topic, and it's handled quite well. And that I think is why I like this episode a lot, is because it's handling this topic appropriately, at least in my opinion. I mean, obviously, it's tough to critique that kind of storytelling, but without sounding super you know, distant and insensitive or something like that. But it was handled very well in my opinion, and it was handled with care, and you felt it and the OST comes into when she confronts her mother, or some fragment of her mother's, some fragment of the memory of her mother. When she confronts that side of her, that OST kicks in. That vocal track, just so beautiful. That song made me cry. And then they're in the field of flowers, and then she evaporates into the petals and everything. It was just such a beautiful scene. Really, really struck a chord with me. And then when she goes in and chokes Joseph too, when she's on the table, I didn't even begin to talk about that too. How Joseph takes out her eye and places. It was just really, really cool there, and how his kind of ambition and what's going on with him. Really, really like that stuff. Really, really starting to like Cartaphilus Joseph as a character, actually. I hate him. He's a terrible, terrible monster. But I like the fragment of him. I like how he is speaking. I like his dialogue. I like what he's doing there. There's some side of him that we haven't seen. It looks like we're getting into that next week's episode. Looks like we might be getting some Cartaphilus backstory, which I need to see. I really want to see that. But yeah, I really, really like that moment when she just starts choking him. And she wants to find out why he's doing this. What is his ambition? What does he have to gain from taking the curse from me, from Chise? And I think that's the perfect segue into next week's episode when we are going to get that backstory. All in all, this was just a fantastic, emotional roller coaster of an episode. I absolutely loved it. I apologize the lack of reaction. I tried to get it up again. OBS, it says I'm recording, and then I'll click stop recording when I'm done recording, and then it just stays at recording and just keeps recording, and I can't stop it, so I have to close the entire application. It's been an issue for a little while now, and I apologize about that. Yeah, just fantastic. Comment down below. I apologize. I'm still thinking about stuff in my head, still thinking about this episode. Give me some closure. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Give me your thoughts on just the emotional toll that this episode gave you, on that beautiful vocal track that was played in the most emotional scene. And yeah, let's talk about next week's episode. Let's talk about the series. Love those comments. Love reading through them. All of you guys always come through, and it always means a lot to me. So yeah, thank you. And again, I apologize for this video going up late. I will try to get the next 2 episodes, the last 2 episodes, up as soon as possible, because I feel like that's what I just need to do. We're approaching the end. It's been a long run covering this series. It really has, and it's been really, really fun. And thanks to you guys, it's been even more fun and even more important to me. So yeah, let's continue onward. 2 more episodes to go. Again, thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.